VA problems began in 2005. I got a letter from Social Security. Social Security wanted to know if I was interested in drawing Social Security along with my VA check. Well, I checked with the VA first. I called a man named Buciccio from their office in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. He says, fine, Dennis, it won't affect your check at all. So I applied for the Social Security, and I didn't hear from the VA for about 4 months. And then I got a letter from them in November of 2005 saying that they stopped my check, my VA check, as of July the 6th, 2005, and they overpaid me 4 monthly checks of $823, and they wanted all that money, which is approximately $3,229 they wanted back in lump sum. And I didn't have to give it to them if I wanted to, and I didn't want to because it was their mistake, not mine, because they told me it wouldn't affect my checks. So, not only that I owed them $3,229, but in early 2005, I applied for Medicare through Social Security. Okay. I went through Humana, and Humana, wait a minute, how you
Hi.
doing? I went through Humana, and Humana told me that Social Security would only take $31 a month out of my Social Security check for my coverage of Medicare. So when it come through, Social Security was taking out $141 a month out of my Social Security check, and I couldn't afford that, so I got them to stop it. But it took them 10 months to stop that. And in the meanwhile, 10 months later, the VA said they paid for my Medicare, which is a bald-faced lie, because the VA ain't got nothing to do with Social Security, and they ain't got nothing to do with Medicare. Why don't the VA just say they invented the airplane? It's the same difference. But anyway, the VA built me 10 times $141 a month, which is approximately $1,410 a month. They billed me that. They added on that. And then every year for 4 years, they was charging me $300 interest on unpaid balance, like a loan shark. See, I'm a veteran. I'm a disabled elderly veteran, and they was charging me $400 a month, a year. I mean, interest on unpaid balance, which amounted to 4 years, it amounted to $1,600. So they pile that on everything I owe. So what can I do about it? Okay, I called the VA twice from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And one time I talked to Lily Jackson, and she didn't like what I had to say, so she hung up on me. And then I talked to Don Les Olsendorf in the VA in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and he hung up on me because he didn't like what I had to say. So, there you go. See, they wouldn't help me out. Instead, they hung up on me. Is that any way to treat an elderly, disabled veteran? But they get away with it. So what could I do about it? In fact, I wrote to 54 lawyers trying to get somebody to take them to federal court to be here. Hey, I got no help with the lawyers. I wrote 146 media outlets. Not one of them would help me. So what am I supposed to do? Nobody would help me. So I appreciated some of you folks, you good kind folks out there in YouTube land, who write some angry letters to the White House, or fax some angry letters, email, phone calls to the White House, especially Barack Obama. Let me tell you about Barack Obama. See, I wrote him 2 letters asking for his help with my VA problems. And he could have sent one of his aides to contact me and help me, but still, he didn't do that. So instead, he wrote me 6 letters wanting money for the Democrats. Yeah, he was an insensitive jerk, see. But no, he wouldn't help me. Oh, he sent me a picture of himself so I could put it on the icebox because it's magnetic. But he wouldn't help me because he wouldn't even sign one of his aides to help me. And he had enough nerve to ask me for money 6 different times for the Democrats. What is it? Democrats? So what am I going to do?